Hi, we'll be installing an Alchemize cluster on a pristine set of Red Hat clone VMs. For the front-end node, we'll use Rocky Linux 8, while CentOS 9 will power both the second worker node and the private data storage node. First, I'll log into the system. There are no files present, and this is consistent with my standard software setup. We're working with a pristine environment that doesn't yet have Alchemize installed. I'm about to download the zip archive containing the installer. Since it's a zip file, there's a bit of preparation required. Nothing too complicated, just a few quick steps. Next, we'll need to unzip the archive. Keep in mind that 7-zip doesn't preserve Linux permission flags, so we'll need to manually set the installation scripts as executable. Our first step is to use 7-zip, so make sure you have it installed before you begin, as we'll be using it throughout the installation process. Now, enter the command find -type f-iname *.sh. This will locate any shell scripts, and for each one found, we'll run chmod to make them executable. Type chmod ug+x. This will give execution permissions to the user and the group the file belongs to. We provide a required name, followed by whatever we found, and then the mandatory space and \semicolon to end the line. This is a function of the bash script. Now, go into the installer directory. We see there's an executable named install.sh. I'll go ahead and run that now. You can stick with the defaults. I have several Alchemize installations on my network, so I'll label this one for convenience. I'll name it dev-dj Alchemize. I'll use the default settings for the rest. Now, let's enter the IP addresses for each node in order. Next, we'll specify the front-end node, which you'll access through your browser. It just so happens that the node I'm using for the installation is also a front-end node, but there's no requirement for the installer to run on the front-end node or any specific node in the system. It just needs to have SSH access to all of the nodes that you're going to be installing on. Now add one worker node in addition to the front-end node. If needed, I can add more by simply entering their IP addresses until I'm done. The installation process begins now. The first step is to set up the storage node. It will prompt you to confirm if you want to install Postgres. If there's anything on that server you need to preserve, now is the time to stop and take action. When prompted with Start Installing, yes, we want to proceed. We've already provided our credentials, so now we can sit back and let the process run. Once Postgres is installed, it will set up the initial database with the pre-configured objects and also install ActiveMQ on the storage server. It's now moving on to install the front-end node. Next, it's installing Tomcat on the front-end node, which is also a worker node. After that, it's generating the self-signed certificate. Now it's beginning to set up the worker node. To check if it's running, type sudo tail -f/opt/tomcat/latest/logs/catalina.out. You should see the heartbeat task running. Now, we can see that the thread monitors are running. That's enough to confirm that Alchemize is live. That's a good sign. Linux is responding. It's serving up the static information. We're now logged in. Next, let's look at installing the license. You should receive a separate license file when Alchemize is downloaded. Go to Licenses, select Import License, and choose the file. So I'll go ahead and click Import. The license is now imported. To finish, click F5. The license warning will disappear and you'll have full access to the tool. Enjoy.